Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Today, we will delve into a gloomy but important topic: 5 wars that caused the most casualties in the 20th century. War always leaves indelible marks in history and war. Understanding these conflicts helps us appreciate the peace we strive for today. Before we begin, let me ask you, which war do you think caused the most casualties in the 20th century? Leave your predictions in the comments below and watch to see if you're right. Now, let's look at these wars, their catastrophic impact, and how they reshaped our world. Let's start with number 5 on our list. In 5th place, we have the Korean War, which lasted from 1950 to 1953. This conflict was fought between North Korea with support from China and the Soviet Union, and South Korea supported by the Soviet Union. Backed by the United States, primarily the United States, resulting in approximately 2.5 million casualties, including military and civilian casualties. The economic damage was significant due to the destruction of South Korea's infrastructure, causing billions of dollars in damage at today's prices. The war resulted in the division of Korea into 2 separate countries. North Korea followed the communist path and pursued nuclear weapons, while South Korea, with help from the United States, developed into a rich, prosperous country. This division still exists today. Regionally, war broke out in East Asia, contributing to the Cold War dynamic between the United States and the Soviet Union. Geopolitically, the Korean War solidified the United States' role as the global defender of freedom and democracy and set the stage for future American interventions. It also led to the development of the military-industrial complex in the United States, which included global military strategies and alliances. Coming in 4th place is the Vietnam War, which lasted from 1955 to 1975. This brutal conflict involved North Vietnam and its communist allies against South Vietnam, supported by the United States, and other anti-communist countries supported. The war caused about 3 million casualties. The economic impact was devastating, with billions of dollars in lost military spending and destruction estimated at $1 trillion. The war threw the Vietnamese economy into chaos and left lasting effects on the American economy. At the regional level, the war has caused mass migration of people and devastated neighboring countries such as Laos and Cambodia. On the geopolitical level, the Vietnam War significantly influenced U.S. domestic politics, leading to widespread anti-war movements and a reassessment of U.S. foreign policy. The war also influenced global perceptions of communism and capitalism, impacting Cold War dynamics and future international relations, especially the pain after the war. Agent Orange that the U.S. military used left sequelae for many generations to come. Veterans were deeply haunted by post-war psychological trauma, irreversible injuries, and many post-war problems that the 2 countries are trying to overcome. Number 3 on our list is the Chinese Civil War, fought intermittently from 1927 to 1949 between the Kuomintang KMT and the Communist Party of China's CPC. This conflict caused about 7.5 million casualties. The economic loss is huge, estimated at about $3 trillion United States dollars. With the Chinese economy seriously exhausted, the war led to widespread famine, infrastructure destruction, and economic instability. The effects in the region were profound, as the communist victory established the People's Republic of China and the nationalists retreated towards Taiwan. The economic loss is huge, estimated at about $3 trillion United States dollars. With the Chinese economy seriously exhausted, the war led to widespread famine, infrastructure destruction, and economic instability. The effects in the region were profound, as the communist victory established the People's Republic of China and the nationalists retreated towards Taiwan. In second place is World War I, which lasted from 1914 to 1918, known as the Great War. It involved many of the world's major powers and caused around 20 million casualties, including military personnel and civilians. The economic impact of World War I was staggering, costing more than $200 billion by 1918. It led to the economic decline of several European countries and set the stage for the Great Depression. At the regional level, the war redrawn national boundaries in Europe and the Middle East, leading to the fall of empires and the rise of new nations. Geopolitically, the Treaty of Versailles and other peace agreements had lasting impacts, including fostering the conditions that led to World War II. The war also marked the decline of European colonial powers and the rise of the United States as a global power. And finally, the most devastating conflict of the 20th century, World War II, which lasted from 1939 to 1945. This global war involved almost every country and caused a number of casualties, unimaginable up to 70 to 85 million people. The economic losses of World War II were enormous, exceeding $1 trillion in 1945, about $4 trillion at today's prices. The war resulted in the destruction of entire cities, massive damage to infrastructure, and enormous economic losses for the participating countries. Regionally, Europe and Asia have seen significant territorial changes and population displacements. Geopolitically, World War II reshaped the global order, leading to the Cold War, the creation of the United Nations, and the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers. It also paved the way for decolonization and important social changes around the world. These 5 wars left an indelible mark on history, reshaping nations and influencing global politics for decades. Understanding these conflicts helps us appreciate the importance of peace and the consequences of war. If you found this video informative, please like and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting content about history.